Good morning. It is Thursday today and it's been quite a long time since I last did a vlog, and I've been thinking about it and itching to get back into it really. I want to create more video content, whether that be long form or short form. It's just something that I enjoy doing and I'm passionate about, so why not just do it? Stop thinking, as Daniel would say to me, don't think, just do. So I'm not thinking and overthinking and talking myself out of it, I'm just doing it. So you join me today, this morning, fresh-faced, in the bathroom of our house, which is still going amazingly well. We are loving the house so much. Just this morning Daniel was telling me how it actually saddens him to leave the house in the morning because he just loves being here so much. So, and I feel exactly the same. Every morning I leave, I always think, oh, my lovely house, I'm leaving it. So yes, we're really enjoying living in our house. We're having the best time. We're just doing so much stuff, whether that be bike rides or, you know, cooking, baking, what have you, gardening. I haven't really got sort of stuck into gardening as much as you'd probably expect me to have with like my gardening history on the channel, if that makes sense, because one, the garden is astroturfed, so we've had to put in a raised bed, which is fine because at the end of the day that's what I had in the previous house, my mum and dad's. But we're a bit more limited on space and we don't really know how we want to sort of landscape the space that we've got. So, you know, putting in a big old raised bed everywhere sort of thing and fill up the space might not be practical for what we actually want with the space, if you know what I mean. So we didn't go crazy and go, you know, mad on the sort of the planning. We've literally just gone for one raised bed, which at the minute we have got carrots, beetroot, tried to grow some onions, but they have not shown up. We were a little bit late sowing them, to be fair, and we've grown everything from seed. So only the beetroot and the carrots are looking well. We have had the most amazing weather for growing. It was really warm for like the past couple of months, and we're still in like the high 20s now. It's just crazy weather, and then we get a really strong amount of rain, not like a flash flood, but you know, a real good amount of rain that everything has just gone crazy. So everything is growing amazingly well. So yeah, that's what we've got in the raised bed, and Daniel's actually just planted some sown, they're all from seed once again, some peas, and they are coming up really well. I will show you those. So the raised bed is looking amazing, which is really amazing, very exciting. So yes, that's successful in the raised bed. I do have my grow house over here, however I tried to grow some, well, me and Daniel tried to grow some beans from last year's seeds or maybe the years before, and I think they were just too old, so they just didn't grow, unfortunately. They didn't germinate. And we also tried to grow some lettuce. Once again, didn't germinate. So yeah, clearly the conditions weren't quite right for the lettuce, and I think the beans were too old, so haven't got those this year. And to be fair, I haven't like built a wigwam or anything, would need another raised bed to then put my beans in and etc. So that's maybe next season's plan. So that's all the, oh, and plus we've also got some strawberries. So we bought 2 strawberry plants. I don't know what the varieties are. I'll have to show you and share with you. They're all in the, I've left the little tickets in so we knew which one was which, but they are coming into flower, which is very exciting. So we've got, yeah, 2 varieties of strawberry that are coming into flower and they're coming along well. We've got the beetroot doing really well, the carrots are coming along, and then the peas are shooting up like crazy. So very successful with the fruit and veg, to be fair, on our low scale, planting everything really late in the season, but the weather has just been crazy. So it's been really good and successful so far. So hopefully we get some good produce from that. And then, as I say, we'll have to make a plan to do bigger and better next year and really build out the sort of fruit and veg plot like I did at the previous house. But we've got lots of pots of plants and flowers, which is really lovely. They're all coming into bloom and looking really colourful and lovely in the garden, which is great. And we've got a nice little selection of garden birds because we've actually got bird feeder and a bird table with a few boxes dotted around should the birds want to come back and nest next year, because once again we're a bit late in the season putting up the boxes. But the bird feeder has been a real success. So we've had so far blackbirds, robin, blue tits and goldfinch. So it's been really, really good. I think that's, oh, and wagtails. We've had some pied wagtails as well. So they are getting to know our garden and coming back and returning and all that good stuff. So that's really exciting. That's been a success too. So that's lovely to sit on the sofa and we can see them through the patio and the conservatory doors straight onto the bird feeder and see them hanging around, and then in the kitchen we can see them swooping past and everything. It's so lovely. So everything is going actually very well in the garden, considering when we sort of got here it's like a very boring blank space. Needed really bringing some life into it, and I feel like we have done that now. There's definitely room for improvement and it could be a lot better, and there's a huge difference we would want to make to it, you know what I mean, like the whole thing we'd want to redo. But with what we've got and the time frame and the budget and all that sort of stuff, we have done what we planned to do at the end of the day. We have got colour, we've got life, we've got activity, and we're growing our own stuff. So it is successful and we shouldn't be complaining, you know what I mean? Like there's always that part of you that thinks, oh, I wish it was like this, or I wish we did this. But reality is, it's great as it is so far. You know, we've done a good job so far, so shouldn't complain. So I'm just going to put my face cream on while I natter to you, because otherwise time's going to get away. So yes, it's going very well in the garden. I said earlier that we've been cooking and baking and whatnot, but to be fair, I actually haven't done little to no baking. I've done mostly savoury things so far. No cakes or muffins or anything, which is crazy. It's weird how like I had these kind of hobbies and things, and obviously I had all the time in the world when I was at my mum and dad's, and now I'm a homeowner and I'm, would you call me a homemaker? I don't know what the term is, but basically I look after the house for Daniel because he's always working crazy hours, and I love looking after the place and doing that all for him because I know he works hard and works long days and whatnot. So I'm more than happy to look after the place and I enjoy it. So yeah, I've just been so busy doing everything else that comes with running a home that I just sort of lost a few of my hobbies in a way. So gardening definitely did take a back seat, but thankfully Daniel is interested in gardening too, and he, you know, wanted to sort of get involved when we were back at mum and dad's, but you know what it's like. So it's nice that he now gets to do that here and is passionate about it and all the rest, because his dad is a big gardener. So it's nice that he now gets to enjoy that passion within his own home. And yeah, it's just getting back into your hobbies and passions and finding new things too. You know, like yes, I haven't done much baking, and the garden isn't everything, if you know what I mean. It's not my biggest passion as it was per se back at home, but we've been cycling so much more. We actually bought new bicycles, been obviously cooking dinner every night, doing new meals, meal planning and all that fun stuff. So that's been really good and really fun, and we just get to do so much more together. Like, it's just brought us a lot closer. And yes, we don't do this hobby or this hobby, but we do these hobbies, these new things together, and we enjoy them together. And it's just brought us closer and all the rest. So much better in that aspect. And yeah, everything is just going very well. There's no complaints, you know what I mean? Like, everything is so good. It's so lovely and bright and fresh and welcoming in the house, and it's just got a lovely feel to it. You know, it's homely pretty much from the day we kind of stepped foot in it, and making it our own and decorating it ourselves and everything. It was such a lovely blank canvas to work from, and we've got the same style, interests, you know what I mean, that it's just exactly perfect how we want it. So we're still dressing it up and stuff at the minute. Like, this wall needs a towel rail because I'm having to put it on the radiator at the minute, and we just need all the little bits and bobs to kind of bulk out the space, if you know what I mean, without making it cluttered. So various little things like that, but that'll come in time. And the most important things we've got in, and they're working for us, and it's all going well. So yes, that's my rant over. I think I've talked enough for this morning. That's a little update on where we are with things. As I say, I think that is Thursday today, so I thought I'd start it Thursday and we'll see how the weekend goes. And it may only be a few days long, this vlog, but it's just to get back into things and share all our enjoyment with you all once again. I'll just mention what I used this morning. So a couple of times a week I've been applying this Elizabeth Arden Retinol Rapid Skin Renewing Water Cream. So I've been using that a couple of days a week. That's more than enough for retinol. You don't want to overdo it, and especially if you're only just, I mean, I have been using that for a few months now, but if you're starting to use retinol, then literally just only use it maybe once a week to get into it when you're first introducing your skin to retinol. And then for my daily moisturiser, I've used this for so many years. This is the CeraVe Facial Moisturising Lotion with SPF 50. I just love this because it does, I would admit, it does have a slight little greasy feel to it. Obviously I've applied it this morning and it leaves my face glowing and it feels moisturised and so good, like my skin is not dry. But if I touch my face during the day by accident, or my neck or something where I apply it, I do then have that sort of residue on my fingers. So it has got a slight sort of residue and it's a little bit greasy, but it's not like visibly on the skin, if you know what I mean. It looks good, it's sunk in, it's nice, you know what I mean. It doesn't leave you with that horrible mask or anything. It just does leave a residue if you touch your skin. So that's its own downfall, I would say. But I really do love that. I've been using it for years. I mean, my in-shower cleanser is still the CeraVe one. Like, I just really, really rate CeraVe. So that's enough nattering, as I say, and I'll catch up with you with whatever we do next. I mean, it'll probably be tonight after work. I've got to work today and tomorrow, so probably catch up with you in the evenings, in the mornings, and then the weekend. So yes, we'll see what we get up to today. Okay, we're back home and we've just gone and got our McDonald's, and the Big Arch has just been released, and we had the Big Arch when we were in Disneyland, so it'll be interesting to see if it's as good, because Disneyland Paris McDonald's was like the best, and then we had McDonald's from a service station and it was terrible, wasn't it? Yes. So yes, let's see. Moment of truth. One for you.
Mercy.
One for me. Oh, does it look as good?
Yeah.
The Big Arch. Oh, losing my lettuce already. Okay. Oh, it smells good. It's got lots of mustard and mayo and all sorts, and burger sauce and things, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Lots of lettuce. big one.
What are your thoughts?
Well, I've barely got my mouth around it at the minute. It's too big. It's sliding about all over the shop. It is a mess, this one. It is quite nice, to be fair. That burger sauce is really nice.
I think France is better. Paris is better.
Yeah. I think as well, because in Paris, your burgers came in paper wrapping, it's easier to hold the burger within the wrap. Where in a box, it all just falls out the bottom. You can't really hold it properly, can you? It's not very practical.
But yeah, it's good. I like it.
So a different type of cheese as well it has in it.
But I just think Paris was just that tad better. What do you think? Agree?
That is really good though.
Yeah, it is good, yeah.
Way better than the quarter pounder. That tastes so dry in comparison.
Yes.
Well, that is very good.
No complaints, so that is good, but Paris is better.
Okay. Well, that's our verdict. So yeah, we're going to watch some TV now, aren't we? What are we watching tonight? Maybe Department Q?
Yeah.
We're going to carry on watching Department Q, which is a series on Netflix. Highly recommend. If you're into like police crime, thriller style things. Very good. So yeah, and I'll probably catch up with you tomorrow.
You can come out the sunshine today. Plenty in there.
This one's looking a bit better than the others, poor things. This is our little veg plot. Few runners coming out the back. Got two different varieties in here. And obviously we've got carrots, which have just been annihilated, but we've got carrots. Then we did have onions along here, which looks like we've only got one onion coming through. If that is an onion, I've not pulled it because it is in line with where we planted the onions, so I presume it's an onion. Then we've got some peas growing along there, beetroot, and then we planted more peas along here because we hadn't actually put compost in this section when we planted these bits. So these were just chucked in, so there was something in there at least. Nothing in the grow house. Bird table and nest, no one living in. And our feeders. And then this is the flower area. So these bloomed really nicely, but they're now starting to look a bit sorry for themselves. And the verbenas come to life and bloomed nicely. A couple of boxes dotted about. But as I say, we put them in too late, so no one living in them at the minute. This one, I can't remember what it's called, but the funny term for it is Granny's bonnet. That bloomed really nicely earlier in the season, but that's obviously stopped flowering now, so that's all that over and done with. And then we've got cornflowers in there, which are taking quite a while to come through actually. They started really well and then they've had a bit of a delayed growth, but never mind. And that always flowers really nicely.
but I can't remember what that's called. I'll put it all on the screen because I can't remember. And this is a wild weed type flower that was already here when we got here. And Daniel's always on top watering duty every morning. So yes, I need to bulk out this space a bit more, but that's the garden at the minute. And indoors actually, we have started some strawberries in here, which we bought this at the same time as we bought the cornflowers, but they haven't really done anything. I've watered these so they don't need watering. And we've got one little plant up there, which looks a bit dry and crusty.
Oh dear.
Careful, Danny. Mop that up with the tootsies. And then in the kitchen, we've then got some little herbs in pots coming along quite nicely. So, hello and good morning. We have time travelled a bit because yesterday afternoon we didn't really do much to vlog, so we just had a chilled night in after work and just watched a bit of TV. So this morning I have put my first load of washing in the machine ready to hang out today because it's going to be like 28, 29, maybe even 30 degrees Celsius today. So I need to get all the washing done and basically just make the most of today's weather because it's going to be quite extraordinary. So going to rush out the door now while it's still somewhat cool to fit a new energizer to my pony's field because for some reason my energizer is now no longer working, so he helped himself to somebody else's grazing during the week, so that wasn't ideal. So yes, I'm gonna go to the yard, sort all that out, get that working. I'll take you along with me and then we'll see what else we get up to today. I'm planning on doing some baking, so we'll do some baking when we get back along with just general house jobs, and then I think we're going to go for a bike ride today hopefully, and then because we actually bought some new bikes, so I'll share them with you. We love our bikes, it's great. And then that's probably going to be it planned for today. Daniel's at work this morning doing a half day, and then he'll be back with us this afternoon, and then tomorrow nothing planned. We'll probably go out and about, get coffee and stuff, and then we're out for a meal in the evening. So that is the plan for the weekend. We will see what else we get up to and bring you along to do it with us. So let's go to the stables. Morning, little man. Hello. What have I got? Oh. Just going to keep you in, little monkey. You want some grass, don't you, monkey? Let's give you a bit of grass. It's not much grass at the minute, it's like a dust bowl. There we go, a bit of grass for a second to get him off my back. do a test and see if this works, then we know it's potentially the Energizer's fault and not my battery, which would be good considering I've just bought a new Energizer. Hello, Miss Penny. Right onto the bus. Hello, girl. You being nosy? It's really annoying when you do not give you much. Okay, we are flashing green. Let's see if this picks up anything. That is flashing on 5,000. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. Oh yeah. I did just get it to show up, but there we go. So yes, we've got power. Hopefully we've got a live current. I'm going to put Hobie's other mask on so he's got a sun visor. So fencing is all done. Hopefully that'll keep the little monkey in. It's ever so warm already, but hopefully the new Energizer will keep the little monkey in. And now it's time to go home and do some baking. So at least we've got some extra parts and a new Energizer, a new fence tester to check that it's working.
So we're going to make some white chocolate and raspberry muffins, and it's actually the most perfect time of the year to be doing this recipe because the raspberries will be growing and fruiting very shortly. So we can make a real sort of homegrown British recipe here with some local eggs, if you've not got hens yourself, British milk, local flour, sunflower oil, and of course the raspberries. So we can really make this as homegrown and as local as possible. It's a really good recipe to be able to do as much local produce within it as possible. So without further ado, let's get on to the baking. So I've got all my bits laid out here. What you're going to need for this recipe is one large egg, and this is actually one of Daniel's parents' eggs that we collected the other week. So one of those. You'll want 150 grams of raspberries, and as I say, it would be ideal to have these locally grown, but I'm a bit ahead of myself with filming this, so I haven't got any local raspberries unfortunately, and I've had these ones in the freezer for a while. So you want 150 grams of raspberries frozen. You'll want some white chocolate chips. So I've actually got 100 grams in this pack, but 100 grams, 150 grams will be enough for this recipe. So we're going to go ahead and start mixing up some bits together, and I'll tell you how much you need of each stuff as we go along. So I've actually got my brand new Mason Cash bowl that I actually got for Christmas, and this is my first time using this. So I'm just using some digital scales to weigh out our wet ingredients. So you're going to want 150 ml of milk, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, a large egg, which I'm going to crack into another bowl before I pour it in, just to ensure it's a good egg and I don't lose any shell. So you want to pop your large egg in. Then you want 160 ml of sunflower oil. And with your eggs, milk and vanilla and oil in the bowl, you want to give it a good whisk. I'm going to keep you at a bit of a tilt so you can see what's happening. So now that's all the wet ingredients combined. We now want to get our dry ingredients. So we want 300 grams of self-raising flour. Perfect. I'm going to reuse the flour bowl, so I'm going to sift the flour into the mixture. So we're going to sift our flour into our wet ingredients. And then we want 200 grams of caster sugar. With that out the way, we're going to pop all of the sugar in, and then with a spatula we want to fold the wet and the dry ingredients together. Now we don't want to overmix the mixture, because that's when you often find your muffins are quite dense and doughy and tough. So we want this to be as fluffy and loose as possible, so we don't want to over mix. So once it all sort of comes together and it's all sticking nicely, we're all combined and we don't need to go any more. Now we want to add in our white chocolate chips and our raspberries. And then we want to fold these all through as well. It looks very attractive when you do this. All mixes in, causes a very lovely colour combination and just looks absolutely scrumptious. Then with our mixture all together, we now want to obviously pop them in the muffin cases. So I'm just going to sort that and I'll be right back. So I'm just going to split the mixture into all 12 muffin cases. So once your mixture has been equally divided into each case, we can now pop it into a preheated oven, 160 degrees, 180 fan, and you want to pop these into the middle of your oven and let them cook for about 25 to 30 minutes, depending on your oven. And there is our final product. So these can sit and cool down for a little while before we then turn them out onto a wire rack and let them cool completely before serving. So muffins have finished cooking and they are now cooling, and I'm now just blitzing the house. I've got the vacuum out and I'm finally cleaning the porch, which I don't actually think I've done since we moved in. So yeah, so I'm doing that, just having a general clean up, and then I think I'm going to paint my toenails because I thought about doing it last weekend, and I'm sure you'll all agree with me that when it's summer and you want your feet out, or your feet out a lot more, having your nails painted just makes everything 10 times better. So yes, I must paint my toenails today because I think that's going to make me feel a lot better, and I'm spending a lot more time not wearing socks at the minute. So yes, that's the next plan after finishing blitzing the house. So I have blitzed the floors, everywhere is hoovered, everywhere is wiped down. I'm just waiting for the washing machine to finish the next load. The muffins are cooling down. I've just got the worktops to kind of tidy up. So I think I'm going to do my toenails now and then finish doing the washing of or the tidying, because the laundry will have finished by then.
Hello.
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 Right, muffins.
Muffins. Oh, lovely.
Cheers.
Cheers, Mush. They're too hot. Do you want that? That's 11 out of 10 for me. Good work there.
Very good.
I know what I need with this.
Oh, what's that?
Nice glass of milk.
Very good.
Milk is good for you as well.
We're having a machine coffee. We got this machine recently and we're actually trying a new coffee. It's Lavazza one, this Oro, and it's very dark. So we're gonna have this one. So we'll see if this one's any good. Fingers crossed it is. It's the first time we've tried this one. And we have some vanilla syrup in our coffee as well. Have a little bit, so I reckon this big one probably too far. It might be one. Looks good. Yeah, we got two. Yeah. And the other two will go a bit longer, I think, because they want to be sort of size of golf balls, really. So they're still a bit small at the minute. After harvesting the beetroot, I had some just raw pastry left over from a previous baking session, so I decided to use up this last of this gruyere and make some cheese straws. So this is a really easy recipe and it literally does take no time at all. So basically use up your scraps of pastry. I use just raw pastry because I'm lazy and I've never actually made pastry in my life, and I just grate all of this cheese up to use it all up, the rind and everything. And literally just sprinkle this all over. Basically make a cheese sandwich with your pastry. And then I sprinkle some on top so that obviously you get that nice crisp cheesy top. And then I pop this onto a warm baking tray. This is a non-stick baking tray, so it just makes cleaning up and cooking so much easier. So I pop this into a warm oven, and then when they come out, they're literally only in there like 12 minutes, and they come out so crispy and golden and delicious. And this is the best cheese that you can use on cheese straws personally. They are the best of the best. Then of course I had my lovely fresh beetroot to eat this evening, so I made us a chicken Caesar salad. So using some iceberg and some homegrown lettuce, I chopped that up,
I cut up some grapes, put some sweet corn in there, and then I chose to grate the beetroot, which just makes such a lovely colour. And this was actually, I think, my first time ever eating beetroot, and it was so good. So then I just sprinkle on a bit of Caesar dressing. And then I absolutely love our air fryer, so I actually cook our crispy chicken in the air fryer along with some mini hash browns, plate that all together, and it makes for a very colourful and yummy salad.
So we've got chicken Caesar salad with homegrown lettuce and beetroot with sweet corn, grapes, Caesar dressing, mini hash browns, crispy chicken, and then lovely dousing of parmesan. Very colourful salad.
Big rig.
Hey! Found it. Out in the distance, there's one to the left there.
Oh yeah, has that one got antlers?
Not sure.
Some ladies over there. Just had a very nice bike ride to the yard. What did you say, 9 minutes?
9 minutes.
Ah, so convenient. How? Probably a cow. Look, some animal or something has been rustling under there. Little bugger. Hello, Hobie. And Penny Poo's feeding time at the zoo. Back, Hobie. Back. Oh. There you are, Donnie. She knows her bucket. We never feed Penny, so she just knows somehow. Little madam. Can I get in there? Oh, good girl. No. My boys.
You need a back scratch, right?
You scratchy Hopey. He's like, nah, I don't want to be with Penny. Afternoon a puffin. We cycled to the stables this morning, 2.2 miles.
Yeah.
It was much quicker because we came in a different route. And then we've just taken Hobie for some exercise with his little rope like training aid thing to help strengthen his back muscles to engage his core, which he was a good boy. And then a bike fell over and he reared up, but that was okay. So now we're gonna cycle back, get in the shade because it's a very, very warm sunny day. Then what have we got planned for the rest of the day?
Just chill, go out for dinner later.
Yeah, we're out for dinner this evening. Have a coffee. Just chill.
Yeah.
Stay cool. So it's Sunday afternoon now. We have been out and done the food shopping and we got a Starbucks coffee because I wanted to see if Costa versus Starbucks was actually very different, and to be honest, I didn't really taste any different. I always get a hazelnut latte and in my opinion they pretty much tasted the same, so that's that. I've finished tidying the kitchen and we are now, well, I'm now going to decide what I'm going to wear tonight because we're going out for dinner. So yeah, I'm going to finish the vlog here. Obviously we're going to go out for dinner. I might show you maybe a clip of what we have for dinner, but otherwise that has been the vlog. I hope you've enjoyed joining me this weekend. If you did, please do give the video a like so I know, and yes, I may or may not continue making vlogs. We'll see how this goes. So yes, thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.